Welcome to Forks and Franchise, the podcast where we'll dive into the savory world of restaurant franchise success. I'm your host, Caleb Clark, and I'm here to serve up the juiciest success stories, industry insights, and the secret sauce behind building a thriving restaurant franchise. Join us as we explore the world of restaurant franchising one episode at a time. Stay tuned and get ready to feast your ears on Forks and Franchise, presented by MTY Group. Welcome to the show. I'm here with longtime TacoTime franchisee Johnny Beam. It was 2016 that it all started. He runs the TacoTime in Moose Jaw, a very successful franchisee, a very successful store. And what's been your journey as a franchisee? And what compelled you to take that initial jump, that step?
The reason that I became a franchisee and got into the whole working for myself kind of stuff is I don't like working for people. When I was in the Army, I always had a problem with authority because I always thought I was right, they were wrong kind of stuff. So I've always been that type of guy that likes to work for himself and have my own schedule and my own time and my own jam, because it's hard to watch your boss get rich off how hard you work. Sure. So I decided, you know what? It's a funny story. I was thinking about building, and it all relays and how it all comes around in the world. Back in 2016, I was getting ready to build a food truck, and the food truck was going to be called the Bearded Taco. Hence the beard.
Hence.
Yeah. So that was my whole thing. Bearded Taco. I was going to have this cool truck, and then I'm out at the lake where I lived, and a friend of mine out there I went to high school with invited me over for a beer. So we went over to this place for a beer, and he said, "Hey, why don't you open TacoTime?" It's like I never thought about it until that actually happened. And I was like, yeah, that's $500,000 later, so why not? But
so these are how these beer conversations go sometimes, right?
And then he just never let it go. He was like a dog with a bone. He just kept going and going and going.
Wow.
Kind of how we started the ball. And I have a passion for customer service. I'm an extrovert, but I'm a social butterfly. I love that people will listen to me for hours on end, and I could talk about a ham sandwich that I had yesterday, and I never lose that audience. It's right. Because maybe it's the way I come across. But for customer service, for me, is I love people that enjoy my food and they come into my store. And when people come to my store, they're not just somebody who's ordering food. They become a part of our whole TacoTime family kind of thing, because they'll come back every time. But they recognize, hey, the guy with that beard was so nice, or the girl with the purple hair, she's awesome, and they just remember the little things, but it keeps them coming back. Because I don't look at customers as numbers. I look at customers as part of our growth as a store and in our community.
Yeah. So when you were considering taking this opportunity and opening the TacoTime, how much of an influence was this idea of building community and both of staff and customers?
Well, part of the problem is that TacoTime was here, but it hadn't been here in 17 years.
Okay.
So there was a need for it. There was no other taco places here. If anybody wanted a taco, they had to go to Regina, which is 45 minutes away.
Right.
So when we looked at it and went, it's been 17 years, it's about time. It's about time for TacoTime to come back and make a fury, and we did, and we've made, since 2016, we've made waves in this town that is, people, they know. I think I contribute why I'm so busy is because I'm here. I'm hands-on. My wife says I work too much, which is true, I do, but it's my baby. It's what I do. Even though I have very competent staff, I have very competent manager, I still like to be on the ground because that's who I am and that's how I operate, right?
That's awesome. Was there ever a point in time back in 2016 where you were trying to decide, should I open my own restaurant or should I join forces with this brand and open a TacoTime. Why would one, or why did you decide not to start your own restaurant concept from scratch? What was the draw?
Great question. I did actually own a Mexican restaurant. It was actually called The Mexican. It did really well, but then it's that whole side that you see of being an entrepreneur that's like, people like franchises because it's always the same. It's what they want. You go to McDonald's for a reason because you like McDonald's. You venture out the odd time to a different burger place because you just want to try it. Right. But if you're in a rush or to go to, it's always the franchise, right? Because they're there. You get exactly what you want that you had last week, and we're like that too. Consistency is king around here. Yeah, you get the same classic beef burrito you had 2 months ago. It's the same as today, and we don't change it. And that's kind of what got me going. Is I did this and I looked at it, and then I pulled away and I said, you know what? It wasn't the right time where I live to have a small little Mexican restaurant. So I packed up my bags. I called her quits. I said, I licked my wounds. I jumped into a truck and started doing my oil rig stuff again. And oil rigs make nothing but stupid money. So it was like, yeah, take my stupid money. Right, and then in the end, it came around again at the right time. It said, hey, this is a good idea. Get you going with your TacoTime. And then my whole creativity side started coming out more and more, because now we were the first TacoTime to have a delivery car, and we were out doing deliveries. We're the first TacoTime to have online delivery before Skip the Dishes. Right. And it did really well. But of course, Skip the Dishes walked in and I shut it off.
You've seen both sides of owning your own and then joining forces with a franchise, with a brand like TacoTime. Can you talk to me about, because you have lived experience in this, what is the benefit and the impact of things like colors of napkins being decided, menu orientation and decision making around menu, and those things, while in certain cases, create consistency, what do they do for the mindset of an owner operator?
Well, when you own your own restaurant, you can change things all you want, and you can do anything you want. You can have purple napkins and orange chairs. Nobody cares. It's my taste. When you get involved with a franchise, the one thing that does save you is that you don't have to make those decisions. Whether you disagree with what's on the menu or not, the things that are on a menu at TacoTime are on there because they sell, they're delicious, they are consistent, they give people what they want. Our menu's not based off somebody, I call them schnibs in the office to say, well, we're going to do that this month. And it's not like that. TacoTime will take our ideas and create them out. Some of the LTOs, like our limited time offers, have all been created by franchisees like myself. Yeah. So that kind of stuff is why I like the fact that you have more structure. It's all right there. So
with the elimination of some of those decisions that need to be made, or things that like occupy some of your mental space, my understanding of you is that it gives you an opportunity to reinvest that time into what you really care about, which is your team and your community. Is that
absolutely? It gives me more time to, and it's evident where I've created a system where we have our own delivery driver. He does all our, we're trying to base it over now to have every one of our Skip, DoorDash, You Eat, it's all done by our drivers. So it's more manageable. I have more time to work on that. We work on different programs for different groups around town. If we have somebody that, like, we did I think you can almost see it up on my wall. It's called I got the other screen here, but it's called the Great Taco Drive-By. Yeah. And what we did on that was we did a one day, April 11th. We literally had people, and it was during COVID. So we had people driving up, and we'd run out with walkie-talkies and get their order and take them out. And we did that, and we raised money for the local animal shelter.
Good for you.
We do crazy stuff like that because I just think there's so much more living outside the box than what's in the box.
Can you help me and listeners dispel the myth that if you join a franchise and you open a franchise location, that you don't have any opportunity to be creative and give ideas.
That's a lot of them look at it like we have to follow the rules to the letter of the law, which I get in certain aspects, like the way we make the food, the way the recipes are. That's your basic stuff. I get it. But how you bring customers in, I'm a huge social media guy. That should be on you 100%, because the big twigs will not say you need to be more social. You need to be on this, and these platforms. They don't want to push that because a lot of them won't do it. But now seeing the success that comes from it, and I told them even in our meeting, like, you have to be social, guys. Like, it doesn't matter if you're dancing around in a taco suit, which I have. It doesn't matter. It draws people in. Every day there's a special. I get on my social media and say, hey guys, come on down. I'm here till 9 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. Just letting people know, because there's a certain time you hit them in the afternoon, about 2:45, 3:15, you hit them with that, hey, guess what? Guess what's on special? Now they're thinking about what's for supper. So I do a lot of that, and I always prove to my staff, I said, you're going to be busy tonight. And they're like, how do you know? I did a video. And they're like, oh no. And I'm like, yeah. And they know. And you see 9 times out of 10, it turns out very well. But you're allowed to be as creative as you want to. Yeah. And when you take your creativity and you put it into an email and say, hey guys, do you think we could try something like this? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, you know what? Let's run with it. See where it goes.
It's awesome. So, you mentioned the message to your team, to your staff. I did a video pulling on the idea of your team and your staff. What does that relationship look like? How have you nurtured the strength there?
Well, I'm ex-Army, so when I come to work, and I'm very strict with my rules that everything, and this is from the franchise, like, things have to be done a certain way, and I follow that letter to the law. We make beef a certain way, we do this a certain way, this has to be cleaned. I have my whole team looks at it and goes, okay, 9 times out of 10, anybody new works for me, they're afraid of me.
Beard.
I don't know why. I'm 5'0" and big long beard, but tattooed everywhere, so maybe that's awesome. It. But they get nervous around me. So because if you've ever watched that movie, The Founder, and I have several times, it's how McDonald's got created. And I look at the movie the same way as I look at this place, is that I do walk around behind them and I do make sure that they're putting the right scoops in. I know they're putting the right amount of cheese, and I am behind them, but I'm also with them. So I'll help them put up fries. I'll help them roll burritos. If need be, I will clean the bathrooms out. And my staff sees that I'm not just that guy that's standing there yipping at them. I'm the guy that, if I got to do it, you're going to do it, kind of thing. And they know that I will. I do dishes all day long. Yeah. I had one of my old managers come in and say, well, why are you doing dishes? You're the owner. I'm like, well, who else is going to do them? I'm not hiring somebody to do dishes.
Yeah, and you're part of the team, right?
You just have to be that leader of the team, but you also have to be a part of that team. Because if your staff won't respect you if you don't respect them. And I give my staff respect, and they all see it. And I don't go through staff. I have kept, my one girl's been with me. It was funny. She started with me. She left to go to another job. She came right back to me after, I think, 2 years, and she's been here since. And
that's a testament to your style.
Because I treat them like they want to be treated. I pay them as much as I can, being fast food. Yeah. But it's the other opportunities I give them. I do a lot of what I do is called fair trade. So I go to all the other restaurants in town and I say, hey guys, I'm doing something for my staff. I'm going to give you these discount cards for TacoTime. You give me discount cards for your restaurants in this place. And at Christmas time, I give them a stack like that of cards, and they get like $500 worth of free stuff.
Very cool.
But that's part of making them feel that they're respected, wanted. This year I gave them Amazon gift cards and deer meat. So
that's awesome. As an owner operator, how important is retention and culture?
You don't want a big staff turnaround. To me, that's a death sentence. If you can treat your people great and they want to be here and they enjoy coming to work, because that's what I want. Yeah. When you go home at night and I look at my staff, and if you walked out of here and you've said, oh, I'm so bored, then you didn't work today. You walk out of here and you're sweating going, oh my God, we got our butts kicked. I'm like, that's what I want to hear, because you actually worked hard, and that's what I pay you for. So keeping your staff happy and keeping the same staff as long as you can, it's totally important.
You know, as an entrepreneur, it's not all roses and rainbows on this journey. What can you point back to one or two examples of really significant challenges that you were faced with, and what was your approach to overcoming them?
Well, first one, getting into all of this, and it's nothing with TacoTime. It was just I had the wrong partners. I had two guys that just had, here's our money, make us millions, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's that thing that you need is, if you're going to get into a franchise, and you need to have a working partner that wants to work, because it'll make your franchise run so much easier. You're not doing it all by yourself. That is my biggest challenge, was with those guys. And then when I got rid of them, I thought, easy street? No, it's even harder, because you're by yourself now, and you're fighting to make sure that you stay over above and your staff gets paid and everything. It's all on me now. And it's like, holy cow. It's like a little bit of stress, a little bit of no sleep, but in the end, it turns around. People know me, and this place retains its busyness. Second example was, and I'm pretty proud of this one, it was COVID. One of my partners at the time, he said, just shut down, you can get CERB, and we don't have to worry about anything. We won't have to worry about money. Like, no, I'm too stubborn. I worked 90 days straight, no days off. I worked from 9 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. We were doing late night pickups through Skip, doing pickups out front of our building. We were doing all that kind of stuff. And I just kept going and going and going, and showing the community that we're here, tacos are staying, because a lot of restaurants closed. And they said, no, we're not doing it. It's too dangerous. But you know what? I said, I'm doing it. And I did it. And we stayed open. We closed one day, and I asked for permission to close, was Family Day. And I said, I'm giving all my staff Family Day off. And that's it. And that's how we're going to roll. And they were okay with it. And yeah, that was one of my biggest challenges, was COVID. And I worked hard.
What does owning a franchise restaurant like yours grant you in terms of opportunity to be a really important part of a community? What does that platform allow you to do?
Well, it's hard where we live. It's not a big community, but if you were actually, I think, Google it, Moose Jaw has more restaurants than most cities of our size. It's because our city council just allows anybody to come in with a bandwagon of chicken and say, oh, open up. They don't care. Owning a franchise here everybody in Moose Jaw was very happy we came. They're very happy with the store. They love how clean it is. They love the design. They love everything about it. And I think this community, I've actually had people that come in here that's never been here, and they're from my community, which is funny. But I always tell them, it's like, I feel ashamed that you haven't been here. So I let them know that. But in this community, people are pretty good about it. They like the store. They know my hours. They don't even have to call and say, hey, I want this. We do get a lot of we do have a lot of people come up to till and say, that's the best burrito I've had in a long time. Your store is way better than Regina. So
little healthy conflict there.
Things like that. I get a lot of that. I'm like, oh my God, really? I say, you know what? All I can do is I can say thank you, and I'll pass that on to my managers about what your experience. So
that's funny.
But it's a good community. And I think if I really reached out and said, hey guys, we need help. You're down at the store here, it's pretty quiet, it would explode. It really would. I think because this community really wants, after the first 3 or 4 years, somebody come in and said, well, I'm here every day because you know why? I don't want you to close. And I said, well, we're not going anywhere. He goes, well, the last one left and we can't have that. So it's I get a lot of that. I noticed one thing when another restaurant opens in Moose Jaw. Example, another Mexican place opened up, and everybody's like, oh, what are you going to do? And I'm like, nothing. Watch what happens. And I got super busy.
Yeah.
Because I asked the one guy, I said, so why am I so busy? He goes, people love TacoTime here, and they want to protect it So they want to make you busy so you're not going anywhere, because
Right.
they don't care about the new guy showing up. They want to keep what they like. And that is kind of put me in awe. I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. And that's why I strive to make sure that we give out the same food every time, same great customer service, and just know people know that we're here. And like, I had a girl yesterday almost in tears about her life. But after she got her food, she actually left and smiled and said, you know what? Thank you for giving me 5 minutes of your time. And no
That's
skin off my back. I'm just trying to make somebody feel better.
That's
And they
really
bought some food. So
I love it how you see your responsibility being so much more than giving consistent quality food all the time, but it's you have an opportunity to impact community and people.
and that's what it's all about. And
Right.
people forget that it's just, when people come in, it's the cattle are here to eat. It's not
Right.
that anymore. Those days are gone. It's, you have to be that person to the customer. When they come in, you have to smile, you have to say hi, and it's not fake. It has to be genuine. And that's how we do it here. It's, hey, how are you? Or my manager, when somebody comes in, she'll look through the kitchen window and go, you having your usual? And she knows. And to me, that is nothing but 100% the best customer service you can ever have. And the guy goes, yeah, man, that girl's smart. And it's just, they come in, they get their usual, they walk out. And you know what? I always try and throw up the upsize, but
Yeah, of course.
sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
Johnny, tell me about the truck.
Oh my God. So so after about 5 years, I said, I got this idea about going out and doing food trailer stuff, because it was just that I just saw so many people doing it, but no one had done it with TacoTime. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the first one. There was a bit of a change in the regime at TacoTime Canada, and the one really didn't want it. He was so bullheaded. He just didn't want it. So I waited to the right moment. I knew it was coming. I was like, okay, here we go. So when I got it, and it was funny because I'd gotten it, and it was a very small trailer, and we did a lot of events, not to the point where I will talk about, but we started doing a lot of events around town, and then people started noticing TacoTime has a food trailer. This is crazy. So then TacoTime Canada said, okay, well, they sent my RG down, said, you better go check this out. So he come down, and it was Canada Day in the park here in Moose Jaw, and we are lined up down the street. It's like the biggest thing ever. Taco in a bag. It was crazy. It was lined up. We were smiling, and here comes this little manager named Leo, and he'll probably hear this. Leo comes climbing in my trailer, and he's like, oh, I just want to check everything out. We're like, okay. So he keeps talking to me while I'm making orders.
Yeah.
And my wife stops and says, Leo, if you're going to talk to my man, you're going to be cutting open bags, so get at it.
That's awesome.
I got Leo working for me now.
That's
So,
your partner
check it
there.
out.
That's your partner there, your wife.
Yeah, and Leo goes, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. So I did that for about 2.5 years. And then I thought, you know what? I got to go big time. If you're going to do this, you got to jump both feet and be that guy. You got to be that, not be a bigwig or a show off. You got to show the people that you're there. And I wanted to make it so that I'm not hot holding it. I want to go and do, and this is a funny thing, I wanted to do the small town taco tour before COVID, and then COVID hit. And I didn't have a big trailer.
Yeah.
But I was going to go to every small town. And then I went, okay, I'll just wait. It wasn't ready. And I find a lot of stuff in my life that says, okay, just wait, Johnny, it's not ready.
Mm-hmm.
And now last year it was like, I'm ready. So I phoned my trailer guy and I said, hey man, I want a trailer. Some of the local guys here have a trailer. It's fully decked out. They want stupid money for it. And what should I offer? So he looked at it and he says, well, you do what you got to do. And I got it for a sweet deal. Yeah. And then he phones me back 15 minutes later. Oh, by the way, I sold your trailer and you got $7,000 on top of that. Wow. Gone. So this whole new trailer shows up. So I go out to Ford because they're good partners of mine. And I said, okay, I need a truck. So then I started booking like crazy. And then when people found out, last year was my first get out there and show everybody what's going on and the videos and the small towns. And I did 36 small towns last year.
Wow.
I did events. I did just show ups. And it was a lot of fun because in these small communities that don't have tacos, they got tacos. And it's like this whole, so this year now, I got those same small towns hitting my email like crazy. And I got more events booked this year. I've got to go to, I'll be in Calgary for Beer Fest, by the way.
See you there.
Yes, I'll be there. So I was going to go out to BC for a month, but going out to BC in April, it's kind of the crappy weather, and it's kind of, I'm still on the fence about it. But I know May I'm very busy with Beer Fest and some other stuff I got going on there. But like looking at my board right now, my trailer is going to be, by the time end of Feb, that trailer will be booked every day right up till the snow flies again. So, and this year I plan on double what I did last year.
Well, it's just
We've got some major events coming up, some big musical festivals that we've all agreed I can spend 3 days at them. We've changed we're doing a little bit of work in the trailer to get it ready for the next season. We're going to update our menu with head office to give some more crazy choices, because you can have taco time, but when you go to the TacoTime trailer, there's some crazy stuff in there. And that's what attracts the foodies. We have the 1 pound Dorito burrito. I mean, it's a taco in a bag in a burrito. And it's my biggest seller. It's crazy. It sells like nuts. It's delicious. We have the new El Rancho. It's a Cool Ranch in a bag with chicken. And it just sells, you know.
But this story is so cool, because for me it reinforces the truth and the point that as a franchisee, consistency is important, and there's benefit to being a part of that greater team. But that doesn't mean that creativity is stifled. That thinking about new ways to serve your community, your customers, is appreciated and encouraged, and it's a great example of that.
It is. It's that whole, and that's what I try and get across when they had our meeting was, don't sit in that room and think that people are just going to run to you. You have to run, and you got to run to them, because it bounces back and forth. The more you get out there and be social, the more you get out with your community, the more things you do with the community. And I'll tell you, I forgot one thing that I did every year until they stopped doing it was it's called Freezing for a Reason. I jumped into the frozen tank of water every year for Special Olympics in a taco suit and a sombrero for TacoTime.
Videos, or it didn't happen.
I have pictures and I have videos, so no problem there. But I did it every year because it's like, just get into your groove with your people, because your people are the ones that help you run your restaurant. They help you pay for stuff in your restaurant. They keep your staff employed. It's the people that help you bring it in. You can have all kinds of money if you want. I don't have a lot, but I keep my store running and happy, and my staff's happy, because I'm all a part of my community. I want people to know we're here. And if you don't get out there and do that kind of stuff, you're never going to go any further. And thinking outside that proverbial box that's there, I'm way out of that box. Like, that box got left in the ditch. I mean, food trailer stuff is nuts, crazy. And if you can do even just a small little event, like I've done catering for 15 years on my own catering company. And now with the catering that's been now introduced with TacoTime, that is like, I've been doing that for 7 years. So nice. But it's that pushing that limits of your creativity, because there's no end to it, right? You can create whatever you want.
That's right.
Next week, I go out knocking on every business door, every manufacturer's door, car dealerships, everything, and I'm showing them our new catering menu, and that's how you do it. If you don't, you're going to sit there and say, this doesn't work for me. But you have to get out there and show yourself. Be a part of your community. Even if you're shy, just go knocking on a couple doors. Say, hey, I'm the owner of TacoTime. We'd like you to try out our catering.
Yeah.
What is the worst thing they could say? Nope.
That's right. Any business leader and entrepreneur can win one time, but growing a business is about repeat success. And do you have any shared experiences or any strategies that you've leveraged and successfully so for maintaining consistent success over time?
Well, for me, it's just, I won't say quit yet. It's like, I want to make sure that everybody has a job. I like to make sure that everybody in this town's happy, our community's happy with my restaurant. It's just that drive that you have to have every day. It doesn't matter. It's on one of my walls, and there's hustle every damn day, because that's what you got to do. You got to hustle every damn day to make that dollar. And if you have that mentality that you're a hustler, baby, it's going to work for you every time. Awesome. You just got to do it. I'm a hustler, baby.
If you ever found yourself in a sit down with somebody who was you in 2016, somebody considering the opportunity and to join up into the TacoTime family or any franchise restaurant, like what would that conversation look like? What would you share with them?
Well, it's not so much because there's negativity in everything, but the positive part of being in a franchise is that you have the back. You have those people that are there to help you. It's a phone call away. You have that support system that's there for you every time. Whether you don't have it from your own partners and whatever else, they're always there. They may not always answer the phone, but they will call you back. But that part for me is important, that you have a structure of a backup system that's going to help you. If you run into a situation where it's dire need, you phone them right away. They're going to be like, okay, let us help you. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do.
What if they came to you and said, Johnny, I just bought a TacoTime. We're going to get the keys on whatever day. What would you, and then if this person asked you, like, anything you can give me in terms of things to look out for, things that really worked, what are a few things that you might leave him with, or her?
Well, that person needs to make themselves known to the community. Okay. That's important, because your community and your customers is your pulse, right? That's your heartbeat. If you connect with them right away, go to your chamber, go to your socials, change all that, get yourself out there. Even if you took an ad out in the paper, you got an interview with the radio, like however you want to do it, get yourself out there right from the get-go and light that fire. Because once that fire's lit, you look back and it's still burning behind you, and that's what you want. You want that fire just be right off the get-go, and then customers just will flock. They'll come in, they'll follow you wherever you go. With me, even my store, when I go to events, even in my own town, I got my flock. They're there. They're all supporting me, behind me. And even I had one guy who says, "Oh, you're closed? I'll just go to the store." It's like, all right, man. Sorry. But that's some of the things that they need to do, is just your community and your customers. That's number one on my list of everything. Everything else is just gray matter that kind of whatever. You know what you have to do every day. You know the policies, you know the rules, you know all that kind of stuff. But that has nothing to do with, number one is your customer that walks in that door. He's got to be, it's all about him, all about her.
Johnny, we could go on and on. I just think that you're definitely representative of what entrepreneurship looks like.
Yeah.
And you wave the TacoTime flag well, and you wave the community advocate flag well. And so I just really want to thank you for sharing your experiences and your journeys, and helping those that are considering embarking on a similar journey.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. No, I appreciate the time, and I appreciate the interview. It's awesome.
Thanks, Johnny.
No problem. We'll see you later.
Stay tuned and get ready to feast your ears on Forks and Franchise, presented by MTY Group. Subscribe now, and let's embark on this flavorful adventure together.